How's it going, guys? So, this video will be about how I personally lost 55 pounds while gaining strength and improvement in the gym. So, I started off back during my junior year of high school. I was overweight my whole life, and my junior year of high school is when it got out of hand, and I started off with a bulk because that's what my personal trainer told me to do, and push myself to 230 pounds. And I'm 5'9", so 230 pounds at my height is a lot of fat. And so I started off with being 230 pounds. I started off going to the gym the first time, and I was pretty strong to begin with. I still had a decent bench, 185 pounds, I think. An okay squat. I didn't deadlift or anything. And yeah, that's where I started off as. And so basically, I ended up falling in love with the whole aspect of getting strength in a strength training or a combat sport. Um, Me personally, I first started with strength training, uh, powerlifting. Well, first I started with just bodybuilding, basic stuff. Just going to the gym, doing my sets, following the basic principles, and then I slowly moved into powerlifting. Going on from that, I ended up falling in love with arm wrestling, and this is where the light kind of came to me. And arm wrestling is a combat sport, and in order to get better at any combat sport, you need to train your muscles to get stronger, no matter which combat sport you're participating in. So I would diet specifically to try to lose weight, obviously, because I was super overweight. And what this meant is I was only eating 2,000 calories a day. That's well below the amount I should have been eating, but I was desperate. So I was eating 2,000 calories per day of high quality, high protein foods, low in calories, like egg whites. Egg whites, best hack for losing weight. It's like 5 grams per 25 calories of protein. So one of the best hacks for losing weight. I would get protein bars. My breakfast would be protein cereal, sometimes some protein shakes. A lot of these protein brands are okay to eat if you want to lose weight because they're low in calories, high in protein, so keep you full throughout the day and get most of your macros that you need. So to understand how much you should be eating personally, you could just simply go online and just type in like a calorie calculator where you enter your age, your weights, your activity level, where you're trying to get to your goals, and it'll tell you the amount of food you should be eating. And I currently, well, I used to use MyFitnessPal back then, but they changed the app, so now it works a little bit differently. So I switched up and I started using an app called Macros to actually track what I was eating. You could scan every single barcode and it automatically put what you're eating and the amount of calories you have left, the amount of protein you have left to eat, carbs, etc. I really only focused on just calories. I didn't really care about much else because calories in, calories out is the basic principles. If you eat less than you burn throughout the day, you will lose weight no matter what. So, another important info to understand is you need to walk more in your life. You need to walk a lot more. And most humans nowadays, whether I was in school during this time, so I would sit down in my classroom chair for 8 hours a day, go home, play some video games, more in my chair. I never walked or anything. So you just need to try to push yourself to walk more and more and more. And I actually ended up getting a job that involved a lot of walking, which helped out a lot. And I would recommend starting off with trying to get 10,000 steps a day. Is a good standard minimum that you should be aiming to get every day. This will help burn extra calories. You don't have to really use that much effort. You don't even need to go to the gym at all, but I highly, highly, highly recommend it, and I will talk about why. And it just overall is better for your health, for your joints, for everything. Along with walking a good amount, you need to drink a lot of water. A lot of water. I was drinking probably a gallon and a half to 2 gallons to try to lose my extra water weight and all my fat and all that through water. It is told that you're supposed to only drink a minimum of 1 gallon a day, which most humans don't even do. So I was known as like the guy who carried a half-gallon jug throughout school, but I had a purpose, I had a reasoning, and everyone should too. And don't worry about what other people think of you. Just drink a lot of water. Um, so with strength training and weight training, why I think lifting weight is the best way to lose weight is because when you lift weight, you break down your muscle fibers and force them to grow. You won't get bodybuilder huge unless you eat a bunch. I'm small right now. You won't get bodybuilder huge unless you eat a bunch of food. So if you just eat what you're eating and you let your lean muscle grow, your metabolism grows with it, meaning you burn fat and you get to eat more, you get to get leaner and healthier, and you get to gain strength in the time being. Um, so as in terms of strength training, what I was doing specifically is powerlifting. You could bodybuild and lose weight. You probably lose weight faster, if I'm being honest, but you'll probably lose strength in the meantime. So with strength training, you still gain strength because strength is a skill, and you don't need muscles for strength. Strength is a skill you get through time. So that's how I was gaining strength. So I went from 230 pounds and I'm now weighing at 175. At the same time, my bench increased from 185 pounds to nearly 280 pounds right now. I'm lifting my body weight in a half, which is almost like a state level. So yeah, I know a thing or two about gaining strength. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but that's where I'm currently at and where I want to be. I'm not really focused on powerlifting as a sport. I'm more focused on arm wrestling, and I really see a good future of myself in there, and I think I have a lot of potential. So just gaining that love for something you are motivated to do almost every single day really helps out this process. I have weights and equipment all in my basement where go I go work out the gym, I come home, I still work out my basement because I love arm wrestling. That's what I do. I go to school, I go in my basement, I work out arm wrestling because that's what I love to do. And that all helps out with losing weight. I'm trying to eat to get bigger now, and I have to eat like 4 or 5,000 calories to put on even a little bit of weight, which is really difficult now. So I personally think losing weight's the easy part. So you don't have to worry about that. From where I'm at, I have to now really be specific on how optimize nutrition to get even stronger, to get even further, to beat the competition that you're up against. And with that being said, I don't have protein bars anymore. I don't drink protein shakes anymore. I don't eat protein cereals. I don't do any of these protein stuff. I think all that's junk now. I think every human, I guess, from an ancestral standpoint, it should eat five things. Five things. One is meats. Two is fruits. Three is veggies. Four is like nuts and grains. And what was the fifth one? Just like, yeah, nuts is fourth, grains is five. Or I guess eggs and dairy too. Yeah, okay, but you get it. Like the farm foods, eggs, fish, meat, dairy. When I mean dairy, I don't mean just like your standard milk at the grocery store. Learn about estrogenics and how they mess with your testosterone and why you should be getting good quality meat, good quality eggs, good quality milk, good quality everything, because the other stuff are just poison to you. But I'll cover that in another video. So I have to now optimize my nutrition to get even stronger than where I'm at. But in terms of losing the weight to begin with was the easy part. I lost my 55 pounds within a span of like 6 months. I was in school, so I was still sitting down all day. I would just eat and track only 2,000 calories every day. It's not that hard. I would also try to lift weights whenever I could, try to go on walks whenever I could. But it's really just you eat less and have higher protein. That's about it. gaining strength is a skill, not gaining strength through muscle necessarily. So I keep saying so a bunch of times. I don't know why I do that. You want to be where if as a man, you once had a dream where you want to be the strongest you could possibly be, strongest in the world if you can. And how I view this now is I strive to be the strongest in my bloodline, that all my elderly relatives can talk about and remember. I want to be the strongest one. And I'm European, so that is not easy to beat. And I'm not saying like any other race or any other country is weak or anything. I'm saying that our ancestors back then were just prone to being stronger than where we are now due to testosterone levels. So what this means is you should strive to be the strongest version you could possibly be of yourself, and hopefully the strongest version of your genetics. And with testosterone nowadays, the healthy levels of testosterone in today's generation is 200. 200 is considered healthy. While 100 years ago, your great-grandfather probably had an average testosterone of 1,000. 5 times the amount. That's crazy to think about. And why is testosterone important? Okay, so it helps you get leaner, it helps you get stronger, and it helps you just burn fat all at the same time. All is through your hormones. For females, I don't know as much. I'm talking about the male population right now. For females, I'll just still stick with the calories in, calories out. If you want to gain strength, I'm sure it works the same way. I'm not saying you have to increase your testosterone or anything, but I'm sure it works the same way. But yeah, I mean, losing the weight was the easy part, and there's not much else to talk about it. Gaining strength, if you guys want, I could go more in depth into this in another video, or I could like answer some questions you guys have. Feel free to comment whatever. I'll answer everything. But it's not that hard. You just gotta put your mind to it, put the work to it, and just enjoy the process. That's the most important thing you could possibly do. Enjoy the process. You should be happy going to the gym. You should be happy eating healthy. You should be happy getting stronger. It shouldn't feel like a hard task you're putting on your body. So, without further ado, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you get strong.